platform, those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love and I am the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody's had a good day. If you are watching this in real time, again, please know that my readings are timeless. So whenever you get to this message, this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. But I suggest that you guys watch all of the readings on both of my platforms. I have this platform, which is called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. And I have another platform, which is called Astraea Love, Astraea Love. Okay. So yeah, I would just watch each of the readings at your leisure. Pick them by whatever one the title draws to you. For those of you that are watching it in real time, happy 3/3 portal, happy full blood moon lunar eclipse in Virgo as well. Okay. So big energy tonight. All right. So let's see. Let's see here. I think I'm going to talk about the books at the end rather than the beginning and the end because it gets kind of exhausting, but yeah, at least for this reading, I'm going to talk about the books at the end. Okay, that way we can just get into the reading. So let's see, what deck am I using? Also, just to let you guys know, we are working to getting to 1,000 subscribers on this platform. Yay. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, you guys, I will be throwing a party on live stream, okay? Which means that I will be answering personal questions for free. I'll do like a little raffle or whatever, put everybody's name in a thing, and then I will answer a couple questions for free and set a 20-minute timer like I always do. And I have a couple of decks that I can give away as well, all right? So know that that is coming up, you guys. I'm doing well. I hope you guys are having an awesome night, okay? All right, so we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, including the ancestors, and we're asking that they all put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative interactions, negative influences, and all harm. And we would just like to say, God, thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for everything that you've done. We love you. We love you. We love you. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All honor, glory, worship, and praise goes to the Most High, our higher selves, for everything that I do. And again, how I do the things that I do, I have always had abilities. But then I gained access to the truth of God. And I'll talk about these books at the end, the books that are in the description box below. But the techniques in this book is how, when you see me asking yes and no questions, when you see me rising above something, when you see me clearing something, I'm using the techniques out of that book. But I'll talk about that at the end, okay? All right. So by watching my readings, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me, anybody in the chat, or anybody in the comments. This one card is like bent. I don't know how it got bent, but that is so annoying. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. Good. I'm glad that you guys are interested in the books because they are life-changing. Seriously, life-changing. So we are working with the Gilded Tarot Royale or Royal. I don't know how you say that. Either way, Royal. I think it means the same thing. If you're watching it in real time, pay attention to the way that you're feeling, your energy, how heavy it feels. Pay attention to the atmosphere. A lot about where you're shifting to could be giving you information. Like if you're feeling like drained, that's one sign that you're shifting to a new vibration. If you're feeling like, oh, I just want to give up, that's another thing that's showing you that you're shifting to a new vibration. So the way that I look at things is like everyone and everything's higher self is God. When we make choices and thoughts and beliefs, and we are actively creating our reality with our thoughts and our beliefs, it's either going to be in alignment with our higher self, which is in alignment with love, joy, compassion, and peace, or not. And when it's not, it's okay. You could call it a sin. All a sin is a mistake. But you have the ability to become aware of that so that you don't keep creating the same mistakes and don't keep like the same cycles going. And that's why I feel like when we go through these portals together, it's a blessing. And it's also like a big indicator about what you're ready to go through, what you're ready to process of what you've already been through, and what you're ready to heal from. Because going through these portals, you can't take the old version of you with you. I don't know why anybody would want to, because the new version is always better. The version that's more in alignment with love, joy, and peace and your higher self, that's always better because it's more peaceful. The more that you put your attention on that divine part of yourself, you see, when we're born, we come in completely connected to source. That's why children and babies are so innocent and pure. That's one reason. And then our mind and our brain and our energy acclimates to the physical world, and it doesn't mean that we're disconnected from the spiritual. It's just if the spiritual is not focused upon, or the divine or your higher self, then it's not that you can't ever focus on it again. It's just that it usually fades away. And so that doesn't mean that it's gone forever, though. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're just beginning your spiritual journey, you could be waking up from the dark night of the soul and being like, holy shit, what I just went through made me feel like, why am I even here? If you're feeling like, why am I even here? What am I supposed to be doing? Why was I created? Those feelings are the dark night of the soul. And all it is, it's showing you, it's going to lead you to your natural skill set and abilities so that you can step into your own destiny and take control of your reality and start steering the wheel. You know what I mean? To like obviously swerve out of the way when there's an obstacle. Some obstacles you don't even have, like if this is probably why I talk about the books at the beginning. But if you use the techniques and the truth of God, you won't even have to go through over the obstacle. You can go completely around it and you can avoid it altogether. I wish I would have had access to the truth of God when I was younger, because I really needed guidance and confirmation. And I was just being chaotic, allowing my gifts and abilities to work on their own. But I wasn't like asking, oh, should I go here? Is this for my highest and best good? I didn't know about anything like that. I was raised in a very religious background where everything was either Jesus or the devil. And that's not the case, but that's the perspective that I came from. So yeah, I had to unmind fuck myself, because literally it's, you know, when you grow up in religion, it's brainwashed into you. You are seeing and perceiving things through a certain lens. And again, when I was in religion, and I'm not dissing religion, it's just my personal experience. I never had a personal experience with God or Jesus. And I was basically rebelling the entire time because I just didn't agree with it. But, you know, when I became older and I gained access to the truth of God, that's when I had my first experience with God. I've always been psychic. I've always been able to talk to spirits, to see spirits and all of that. But gaining my spiritual connection to God, that came later on in life. And I'm just thankful that it came when it did, but I wish it would have came earlier. Because then I could, but at the same time, if it would have come earlier, I would have been using the yes and no answering system, and I would have been avoiding tragedies and not being in relationships with people. And so I wouldn't have learned a lot of things that I learned through going through adversity. So again, I don't take it back. I just feel like life is so much better when you have a cheat code to the universe and to accessing your higher self. Why not use that? It's like anybody that gets the hold of the truth of God and reads it and understands it, because it's, again, like grade level, it's written at a grade level, like people that are in grade school can understand it. Anybody that comes across that knowledge, it is so high vibrational that if you don't use it, like, you don't care about yourself, because literally you can avoid so many situations just by using your intuition, listening to your gifts, not doubting yourself, tapping into the God force energy. Okay. So anyways, we'll talk about the books at the end. But I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to see what we have. With the Gilded Tarot, I like the Gilded Tarot because I think that the pictures on them are pretty good. And they represent, in general, a very close interpretation to the original Rider-Waite, which is, if you're learning to read tarot decks, if you're learning to read cards at all, this is the deck you want to start with. I have the link to this deck and the books that I'll talk about at the end in the description box below. But every other tarot deck that's ever been created comes off of the interpretations from the original Rider-Waite. And I have that exact deck in the description box below with the words on it and everything, which is what I suggest that you guys literally should get so that you don't have to flip through another book when you're learning to read cards for yourself and for others. All right. I feel like I want to split the deck again. So there could be something about your energy being split on something. Maybe you're like 50% over here and 50% over here. It's okay to stand on both sides of the fence. Just don't do it for long. And then again, asking whatever this choice is that you need to make, if it's leaving somebody, if it's going towards a new job, if it's getting a new home, if it's getting a new pet, is this... Well, I would get the truth of God and be doing the joy versus anger technique because it works on clairsentience, which is clear knowing. Asking, is this in alignment with my highest and best good? Your higher self, God, knows what's going to be your fastest path, your most in alignment path, and what's for your highest and best good. And so you don't need to doubt that or question it. Also, just to let you guys know, we're working to getting to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys could like the video, share this content, tell other people about it. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I can start accepting $20 super chats per question. But until then, I do have my PayPal and Cash App link in the description box below. If you send me a $20 donation, I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. But yeah, we're going to throw a little party when we get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a giveaway where I give away a couple of tarot decks, and I'm also going to give away a couple of free readings. So, and those are major blessing, like personal ones. All right, you guys. So even though I cut the deck, I'm still shuffling the cards. I feel like you could be doing a lot of thinking and not a whole lot of actions because there's so many different things on both sides of the situation that could be swaying you. And I totally understand that when you're teeter-tottering the fence, which means that you could be getting ready to leave a job and go towards an entrepreneur thing, or you could be thinking about, leaving a relationship or getting a pet or, buying something like a bag. What do people like to buy? A new car. I personally would not be getting Teslas because the battery is only good for 10 years. And so after that 10 years, you're going to have to buy another car. And the majority of the car is the battery. That's like what you're paying for. And so I feel like Teslas are good because they're electric, but it's also not good because it overwhelms the energy grids. And then it's also not good because it's only good for 10 years, the battery. And then you have to replace the battery. Like the rest of the car is very cheap. It's the battery that's the most expensive thing. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about getting a new car. I would do some investigation. Think about it this way. If you have a lifestyle where you need a truck, but you are like, trucks have too much gas mileage, just take into accountability, how much do you drive? Think about it this way. If you have enough money, you could get a smaller car or keep the one that you have that's a smaller car and just get a junk truck, like one that you only use for hauling stuff to the dump or, whatever trucks are used for, camping, that type of thing. So again, just know that things are flexible. I feel like you guys are you're being shown many choices, but it's like every choice represents another door. And every door, like, you will get to your destiny through any one of these doors, any one of these choices. However, some doors that you enter into could take you much longer, to where you would not reach it in this lifetime. It would be a next lifetime, or even a possible future lifetime. And I feel like you guys opening the door to your higher self, going within and asking yourself questions and meditating. And meditating can be, there's so many different ways you can meditate. The Truth of God will teach you many different ways, but you can do a guided meditation. They have a lot of those on YouTube. If you're going to do that, I suggest that you search Steve Nobel, Steve Nobel. I swear by this person's meditations. It works with the archangels, locking in a grid of protection, and then it takes you on a journey to where you work on processing whatever the emotion or the subject of the video, basically. So there are space clearing meditations, energetic bank account clearing meditations, like all of this stuff, working with angels, working with Isis, working with Egyptian stuff. They're badass. I've been doing them for many years, and they always seem to help me. And if you have a hard time sleeping, maybe doing a meditation before bed to calm yourself down or quiet yourself down. You know, I get that you guys are being overstimulated, and that's why this lunar eclipse, it's going to be propelling you this 3-3 portal that we're in right now. Think about it. We're in a 3-3 portal. 3-3 is the energy of the number 3 is all about mastery. It's about a holy trinity. It's about things coming together to build something new. So you have 3-3 portal. That's 2 3s. Okay. And then you have blood moon. Blood moons are great for breaking generational curses. They're great for doing all sorts of different work when it comes to clearing up your bloodline, accessing bloodline gifts. When the moon is at its fullest, that's when it should be used to manifest. And that's when it should be used to tap into psychic abilities and powers and stuff like that. When it's at the other stages, it's used for a different purpose. Not everybody knows that, though. But like when the moon's at its fullest, it's at its most powerful. Also, the different cycles of the moon, when it's in a zodiac sign, like it's in the zodiac sign Virgo, which has to do with innocence, purity. You know, those energies are at play, basically. Knowledge, intuition. Virgos, I think they have their own superpower. Like, just like Aquarius actually is 2 signs. It's the water bear, which is a water sign, and then it's actually an air sign. I think that Virgos are like an earth sign, and they're probably also like a water sign as well. And you could be one of those cusps, the people that live on a cusp between one zodiac sign and another. And so you could have more than one zodiac sign at play. All right, we're going to see what comes out. Queen of Swords, you guys have had to cut somebody off just recently. Look at that beautiful kitty. You guys have cut somebody off. You know, when you're around somebody and your animals start to freak out, and they, you know, you could be walking your dog and you pass 6 people and your dog is fine, but the 7th person, you know, they start barking. That's a sign. Animals can smell things like entities, and they can smell secretions. Like if we're putting out a bunch of fear or hatred, animals can smell bad energy. You know, and I think I've talked about this before on this platform, but they did just recently a test on animals, well, on dogs, to see, you know, how loyal they are. Basically, what they did is they had one guy, you know, put a treat in a bowl. The dog comes and goes to the bowl, gets the treat, is happy, and then they have another person come in, pretend to put a treat in the bowl. The dog goes to the bowl, looks in the bowl, sees that there's no treat, and completely discards this other person. Like, the next time that person tries to give them an actual treat, the dog won't even pay attention to them and won't take anything from them. Dogs know, they know. And same thing with cats. Cats, to me, are just, it's like cats and dogs. Cats are so freaking different. They're on a higher level of intellect. They know who's got good energy and who's got bad energy. They really do. And your animals will tell you. And if your animal reacts negatively to someone, that is a sign that that person does not have good intention for you. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody that's been hurt many times. You could have had a lot of scars in your lifetime when it comes to having your heart broken. I feel like people have just kind of let you down. Seven of Pentacles, because you've always been working at growing this money, this money tree. And the thing is that people have watched you plant this seed to the tree, grow it, then fertilize it, then the rain comes, the sun comes, and then you keep giving love and attention to it. And somebody is looking at this money tree going like, wow, I should have access to that. Why don't I have a money tree? And it's like, well, bitch, you didn't plant one. This person decided to go make something of their garden and this is you went and made something of your garden, while this other person, whoever we're talking about, they just let nature take over their yard and didn't use it for anything. Like, whose fault is that? The Seven of Pentacles also talks about a transition in power, the first being last and the last being first. This is going to be a fast, rapid change where you get everything that's meant for you, where you're able to actually, live off of your own money tree, basically. Yeah, the tables are you had to cut somebody off because they were leeching money from you or something. They were stealing energy from you. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. And if you guys could subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Please and thank you, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, God, for helping us get to 1,000 subscribers. And every time that we get to another 1,000, we will throw another party. So just know that this is a place of good news and celebration. So yeah, the table's turning in your favor because you planted the seed and now you're ready to get the harvest. And this could be a project that you planted. This could be an actual seed, like a child that you're getting ready to give birth to. Whatever this is, it's a beautiful outcome for your life. Page of Pentacles. Well, this is what I'm saying, a child. You could already have a child who's going to be very abundant because they come from you. You could be protecting your children at this moment, not allowing them to have access to social media, or not allowing them to have, I just heard yes, or not allowing them to have access to certain violent video games or violent music or et cetera, right? You're just trying to make sure that what they're consuming is good for them. And you should be doing the same thing for yourselves as well. Judgment. Because whoever you're dealing with, judgment's been called on them. That's Archangel Gabriel, by the way. Judgment has been completely called. You could have called for judgment. You could have been like, I don't know who's doing this to me, God. I don't know who keeps trying to mess with my energy, but I need judgment to be called. And again, if you have a child that's being bullied, I would take it straight to the school. Not to betray your children's trust, but I would literally be like, I would go to the school and I would threaten to sue the school if they don't do something about the bullying. Because again, I feel like there's a lot of teachers and a lot of people in the school that will just look past the shit because they were raised around bullies and they don't know how to stand up to a bully. Yes, it'll be your child's, or you could be this abundant child. But yes, it could be your child's lesson to learn how to stand up for themselves. But again, you don't want them to turn into a violent person and take after the traits that the bully has. You want to teach them how to stand up with their words, not their fists. Not every situation requires violence for it to be concluded. There are a lot of situations that could have just been worked upon with words. However, people decided to start throwing bombs, throwing fists, throwing missiles, whatever. You know what I mean? I also get that, we're supposed to be setting an example for our children, and you could have told your child, or you could be telling your children not to hang out with a certain group of people. It's because you see a pattern forming, and you don't want them to fall into the hands of people that don't have their highest and best good. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for liking the video. It really helps this platform. Thank you guys for subscribing. It means so much to me. So look, I think you guys protecting your children, even if you have to get a little involved in their personal life, that's what you should be doing as a parent. Don't think that it's so outlandish just because other people don't give a fuck about their children. They're going to have children that are unruly. You're not. I also feel like you don't have to put your hands on a child. Like I had a stepdaughter for almost 10 years, like a 9.5, and I never ever put my hands on her ever. Okay. And I always could talk to her. Of course, we had a very unique, loving, perfect relationship. But again, like if your child's doing something that makes you angry enough to where you want to smack them, that's when you need to walk away from the situation or tell them to go to their room, or you go to your room and you take a few moments to get it together, because nobody should be causing you to get this upset as to where you know. Yeah, you know what? I don't know how to actually type anything into the chat, or I would absolutely put the PayPal link in the chat. But yeah, you should be able to just click on it, but if that's not working, then I'll have to go through the process of getting another button. I don't know why it works for like a certain amount of time and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, some teachers are bullies. Yeah, I've heard of that as well. I've heard of that as well. And I feel like literally these people are up under judgment. They probably think that you're judging them, but I don't think that you are. I think the universe is. King of Pentacles. This is whoever's up under judgment has made a very bad deal with the King of Pentacles. Maybe these people were trying to make a deal over your resources. I feel like, you know, when it comes to your resources, especially if you're a single person, you having resources or having anything at all, it makes you 10 times more attractive. It's kind of like that bachelor or bachelorette syndrome where people are like, oh, they have it all. How do I get with that person? You just need to protect your assets. Also, if somebody doesn't like your children, they don't like you. That's in a relationship. If somebody does not like your child, or they can't stand, wow, I just saw Jesus's face, like literally in my mind. If somebody can't stand your child, they can't stand you. And I feel like if there's ever a relationship where somebody is like, oh, give your child to the other parent or whatever, you need to get that person away from you. The Tower. Because these people, they abuse, I don't know why that person's naked, whatever. But like literally, you see the crowns at the top of the tower? These people have abused their power in a major way. Oh, you did? You did try to copy and paste it from my channel? Okay. Yeah. My PayPal business name is Enlightened Journeys. So you may want to try looking it up that way. And hopefully that works. I'll have to check out the PayPal link after this video. But yeah, I wish that there was, you know, maybe I'll have to look into what these side buttons are, because there should be a way that I should be able to paste the link and stuff in the chat, but there's not really a way for me to do that from where I can see it. But yeah, the Tower is towers look really bad, but sometimes they can happen in your life and it just causes change, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. Not all change is bad change. For this person, it is, because they're losing something. But I feel like you guys are here to gain. You're here to leave a legacy to your children. You're teaching and instilling values into others just by you being your authentic self. Eight of Pentacles, and this work that you do is beautiful. God loves it. It's protected. I just now noticed the spider webs at the very top. Interesting. Yeah, your work is literally protected. And this person is like listening to a rat or a mouse. I never noticed that. So literally, what you're investing in with your time and your energy is going to produce a lot of fruit. a lot of fruit and a lot of experiences to where you're going to be able to have, well, you could be winning something. The devil. This is why these people are in trouble. And of course, they had to make the devil look, you know, ridiculously handsome. I think that's funny. If you don't know, well, I was watching earlier today about Carnivale or Carnival in Brazil, and bizarre, they had these huge Satan statues, like, what are they called? Floats, right? That go through the parade. Humongous. I mean, like, and the devil's like ripped as fuck. I was like, why is the devil in such good shape? Anyways, and then everybody was dressed up like Satans. And I'm like, what is the purpose of this carnival? There was one person that was dragging Jesus by a chain, and he had like whip marks on him, and it was a devil doing that. Anyways, bizarre. I don't understand the purpose of it. I was talking about it on my other platform because I think it's crazy. But the next day after they did that carnival, they got hit with one of the worst floods imaginable. And it looked pretty bad as far as floods go. What I've seen from floods, like from Florida. And this was in Brazil though. You guys will have to do a Google search. You'll be bewildered. Like, what the fuck does this have to do with like the culture of Brazil? Like, what is this? Just bizarre, you know. I feel like a lot of these whatever ceremonies, carnivals, mass productions, live, you know, like at the Olympics when they did France and they were mocking the Last Supper, which I don't have a problem with mocking the Last Supper, but they just did it in a very weird, disrespectful way. I feel like it's all for shock value, and then sometimes when they get unwanted attention from that shock value. Yes, they get the energy of shock value, but they get unwanted attention. And it just is like, it makes people question, like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this in alignment with? What are we trying to achieve here? Out of anything, for the beautiful country that Brazil is, out of everything that you could have put in the carnival for the country, like out of everything, you think about flowers, like their country flower, like beautiful women. I don't know, just many, many different things of Brazil that could have been added in to the parade that could have made it something that inspired people in a positive way. But instead, they do this other really weird shit, and it's just devil, 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 devil. And I don't know if it's obviously more than one person cooperating together on that, but I don't know what the hell that celebrates. And, you know, investing in low vibrational energy brings about low vibrational energy. That's why, you know, the situation with being flooded the next day, that's clearly a sign. I love this magician card, even though the sky's a little creepy looking. I like the magician card. I like that the sword represents fire, the pentacle represents earth, the wand represents air, and the cup represents water. And Venus is the planet, is a green planet. So I feel like you guys are the magician, and people just don't know. Maybe they think that there's something magical to what you're doing, but I feel like, you know, you are magical. It's not that you're doing magic from a book per se. You are very magical. And so you have magical experiences. Things always seem to work out for you. Even when people would be like, oh yeah, they're finally going to get their fall. They're finally going to blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. So let me just see really quick. Yes, I did receive your donation. Thank you. Oh, you're so awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah. So if you have a question, was that you that sent that, fashionista? Yeah, yes, it was. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah, you guys are very magical people. I feel like people think that you're doing something extra, you know, but it's not. It's really that you're just magical. But yeah, go ahead and ask your question, Fashionista, whenever you're ready. Okay, it was you. Awesome. Thank you for the sweet message in it as well. I love you so much. I also get that, you know, some people, they may think that you guys don't know, you know, what's going on around you, but you do. Okay, what messages do your angels want you to know or be aware of at this time as it relates to your life? Awesome. Okay, so we are going to just pick these up and put that on hold. You always have the best questions, and I love it. Okay. So what I get right off the bat is that your angels want you to know that you're supported. But not just physically, you're supported spiritually, which means whatever you put into motion, it's going to take off. What happened to that deck? That was over here. Did it fall? It could have fallen because it was on the edge there. Okay, so I get that to pull a couple of cards from this one. And then we're going to use this one. Okay, so what I was guided to was the Cosmos Oracle card. So there could be something going on in the heavens or the cosmos, however you want to look at that. I look at it as the same thing. Okay, so yeah, they're saying to start with the Cosmos deck. And I did drop the other deck that I was going to use. But I think that me not being able to find it right off the bat, well, I see one that's over there, probably means that I'm supposed to use this other deck. So yeah, if you're feeling like right now is kind of turbulent, it is a blood moon, yeah. If you're feeling like right now can be turbulent more energetically than anything, it does have to do with something that's going on cosmically. But this is something that is not just affecting you, it's affecting others. I feel like you have the ability to tap into the energy of the stars. Confused, calmly analyze and clarify your thoughts. Okay, so yeah, whatever the confusion is about, we're going to clear that up. Confusion is just the lack of knowledge or the lack of understanding. Or it could be the lack of direction. Confusion about danger. And why in the hell does this look like a UFO to me on that? It kind of looks like a UFO. So let me just ask about the danger. There is danger approaching. Okay. Okay, you could be, this is it. This is it. Okay. You could be confused, wondering like if there is danger or if you're safe to move forward. That's what I'm getting. Okay, I don't actually get that there is danger approaching because you have such a strong intuition and power that you'll be able to pick up, but you're not feeling safe about something. This definitely has to do with like having a relationship. It also has to do with branching out and starting something new. I don't know if you've been thinking about moving or if you've been thinking about changing something like your phone number or changing, yeah, a business, a location. Fulcrum, pay attention to the key points and key people and things. Yeah, whatever is making you feel unbalanced and unsafe, that's what I would be getting rid of and releasing the beliefs of. Because I don't get that you're actually in danger. I think that you're confused, feeling, because you're feeling something. You're definitely feeling something, because I feel it in the root chakra and I feel it in the crown chakra. So it could be a fear of something, and then it could also be a not feeling like you can't trust, and that would bring about confusion. Break obstacles. Nothing can block your light. Yeah, if you've been feeling like something has been trying to hinder you or limit your accessibility, you just need to understand that nothing can block your light. You are much more powerful than whatever this energy is. And I feel like partially why it's being brought in is to show you that releasing the fear-based mentality, okay? This is why I feel like sometimes spirituality can be toxic when we're always focusing on things that are toxic, like psychic vampires and stuff like that. You have more power over your own energy and your own experience than other people do. And that's one thing that you need to believe in and understand. Because I also get that this obstacle is something that it's like, it's not actually a real obstacle. It's just something that you're thinking exists. Challenge. Be brave enough to accept all challenges. It may be very challenging to release the fear because it's a natural impulse. But I do feel like once you do that, once you just be like, okay, I'm just not. There's been times where I've had to be like, it ends now. Like, I'm just not going to fear this anymore. And then even when the universe continues to pull that experience in to show me that I have something to work on, I just buckle down and go, I'm not going to be afraid of it. And by me not fearing it, it takes all of that extra energy out of it, if that makes sense. And I know that sounds like a very vague thing to just be able to be like, oh, I'm not going to fear this. But sometimes having courage is being like, I'm not going to fear that. I'm not going to go back into that thought pattern, because that's all this is an old thought pattern. Favorably. See, you know, with any challenge, you're going to come out on top. Your angels want you to know that a lot of the fears that you have are made up in your head. You could be sensing things, but even though you sense something or you pick up on something, don't make it yours. Don't like associate it with you, because just because you pick up on something doesn't mean that it's going to happen to you. I also get that when you make a connection with, there is a female in your life. I'm wondering if it's your mother. When you make a connection and you communicate, there's an empathic energy that's shared, and it triggers some type of fear or trauma. It says, take advantage of favorable conditions to achieve goals. This is a look, shine. Yeah, nothing can block your shine. The sky is the limit. That's what I would be looking at, is the sky is the limit. You're also a very creative energy. So when you're not putting to use your creative energy, it kind of just, it can manifest itself as restlessness. Happy, great time, and enjoy it. Sometimes we need to teach ourselves how to just be happy and to just be. And when you get those intrusive thoughts coming in, it's been a struggle, but you're working on it. Absolutely, you are. When those intrusive thoughts come in, I would be questioning, first of all, is this my thought? And secondly, why am I thinking this? Those other questions, you know, you'll get an answer. If it's something that's happened before that you're afraid of happening, something you saw on TV, something you saw in the media, I feel like for you, you're so connected to the earth in different places, and you have not been to these places that you're connected to. Some of them, maybe you have it, but not all of them. You're very connected. When you see something that's happening in another part of the world, you pick up an energy from that part of the world. You understanding that about your empathic ability, is important, okay? So that you can start detaching and being like, okay, I'm not in that part of the world. It's not happening to me, even though it's happening. And then I feel like your prayers, they do the majority of the work when it comes to fixing whatever these things are that go on in different places of the planet. I also get that there's a lot of fear being sent out to you right now, and a lot of doubt. But it's being sent out to everybody, but you're just more sensitive to it. Earth. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Anywhere on the earth, you're connected with Gaia on a very intimate level. And this is what your angels want you to understand about your journey, is that you are connected to Gaia very intimately. So when Gaia goes through something traumatic, like a war, bombs, an earthquake, a tsunami, anything, when it's going through, changes, you're going to feel those changes. And if you don't understand that it's happening because you are one with the earth, then you could be feeling like a whole bunch of chaos is just coming to you. And it's really not. It's the fact that you are so much a part of the earth, and the earth is so much a part of you, that's almost inseparable. And so what the earth goes through, you go through as well, especially energetically and emotionally. And so, yeah, you bringing happiness to the earth is going to be, I don't think I've ever seen this card, outlet. You have found the right way out. It's by going within. Interesting. Yeah, I also feel like, the more that you spend time with yourself, being patient with yourself, being very patient with yourself. And it doesn't have to be Om and meditation, but just being with yourself. The more that you spend with yourself without interruptions, the more of this earth core energy you're going to have, and the more grounded you're going to feel. Your angels are telling you to do things that you have forgotten that you enjoy. If it's watching a chick flick and eating bonbons and popcorn, do that. Don't do it to excess, but do it, in a healthy dose. Plan activities that make you happy, that you can do. Things that some of them, maybe go miniature golfing, like whatever it is that you have enjoyed to do. I would be planning activities so that you're not just sitting around being triggered by all the stuff in the media, because I feel like your heart is so big, sweetie. It's so big that it expands out to every person that is going through stuff. Passion. But this heart that you have also makes you passionate. And that passion is what drives you towards. So your outlet, your creative outlet, is passion. You could be coming up with a new way, a new healing modality, or a new way to help people raise their vibration. I feel like you're working on mastering your own vibration. And so it's going to be bumpy for a little while. But again, create. This is what I'm talking about, that creative energy. Don't let it go to waste, because it'll make you feel idle and it'll give you anxiety. The first step to creating greatness is just to create. And even if it's just a small idea at first, it will take off. Courage, the courage to create. And don't be looking at other people like, oh, my art's not as good as them. Oh, this is not as good as them. Look at yourself as a brand, as an individual person that has something unique to offer. Okay, move forward bravely, the cliff of the universe. Hope. Where there is light, there is hope. Like I said, there's no reason to give up. There's really not. Even though when things look like they're falling apart, they are, yes, your heart is way too big and your passion is helping people and you feel people's pain. Yeah. But you finding a creative way to express that pain and channel it into something that's like artistic or beautiful or just any type of project, that's going to be, that's going to be something that inspires other people to heal. Deception. Glory is but a fleeting glimpse. Just remember that this fear of being deceived, you're going to see right through it. Yeah, I would have hope at literally that you're not going to be led into a deceptive situation like the past. Eclipse, oh my gosh, which we're having an eclipse tonight. That is crazy. A moment of darkness. So even when there's darkness, you are the light. That's what I'm being told. Mountains. Try to climb over this mountain. Same thing with obstacles. Whatever you feel that's in your way, I would address it head on not in a violent way, but in a compassionate way. How can you look? Any situation that's weighing on your heart, I would say, how can I look at this through the lens of compassion? Follow. You will eventually be great. Follow great people. The people that you align with now are going to have a big impact, because it's soul tribe family, to be quite honest, in the direction that you go. I also get that, flip side, another perspective of the sun. You just may need to see something from another perspective. You may not understand why people react to you the way that they do. And when you look at yourself through the lens of somebody else, you'll understand it. You'll understand it. Dancing, dash for the objective. If you feel like energy is stuck somewhere in your body, dancing is a great way to free up that energy. Okay, so now we're going to use the Archangel Oracle cards, which I really like this deck because it's by Doreen Virtue. And Doreen Virtue, before she became like I'm not going to say a crazy Christian, but like somebody that reneged on all of the beautiful work that she had already done, she came out with the best decks. Like, she seriously, and some of the decks, almost all of them, you can't even find now. It's like ridiculous because she's reneged on them and is like, I don't want them being sold, So these are treasures. They're like relics. But yeah, the angels definitely have a message about you remaining calm, staying in your peace, scheduling things for yourself that make you happy. If it's a spa day, if it's getting your nails done, if it's taking an animal to a dog park, if it's whatever it is, planning a bath to take, like a bubble bath, whatever this is that makes you feel good, I would be focusing on that. And then asking yourself, what is it that nourishes my soul? Especially when you're dealing with you love dancing. Perfect. Yeah, especially when you're dealing with all of this external stimulus, it's stimulation. Prosperity. I love that. That's a cornucopia right there. Cornucopias represent like having everything that you need physically. Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided for as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So yeah, I do feel like manifesting your dreams into reality is something that you're working on. But some of these dreams are just like you being at peace. Like, they don't have to do with money, but I get that when you get an idea coming from the divine, I would just bring it to paper immediately. Write it down so you don't forget it. Yeah, because I also get that you following your passion is going to show you things about creating that maybe you weren't aware of. Let's see. These should have numbers on them. Okay, prosperity. So it's saying, I am pouring a cornucopia of prosperity upon you and your life, and ask that you open your arms to receive. Some of the treasures will come in the form of brilliant ideas, which is what I was talking about, writing that down. And some will come as opportunities, and will work together to realize your highest dreams. You could be in the process of realizing what your highest and greatest intention for this lifetime is. It says, and I ask that you give your worries to me. Again, another confirmation that worry is not going to benefit you at this time. Give your worries to the angels. God and I love you very much, and are happy to help you in this way. We know that you will pass along the goodness to others as well. It says, Ariel is involved with divine magic, which means instant manifestation of the highest will. Ariel helps you attract any support you need in your life's mission. Know that it's normal in the light for miracles to occur in this area. Ariel's aura is pale shade of pink, and if you wear or hold a rose quartz crystal, your heart will open further to Ariel's magnificent love. Ask her for whatever you need, and she will guide you accordingly. Yeah, when it comes to doing your divine life purpose, asking her what you need, You know, sometimes you just need to know what the resources are. I feel like you already have an overflowing cup of love from the universe. And this prosperity is going to be something that you dream about. It could be something that you end up taking a nap and going into the dream state and having a communication with this angel. Crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Yeah, focus upon what you desire with the knowingness that you can achieve it. And Archangel Michael's energy is very clearing. I feel like it's going to help you clear up any type of confusion that you have when it comes to manifesting your greatest dream. And I would not be afraid to manifest. I would get out of that. Get out of that way of thinking. So it says, after praying for guidance, be bold enough to admit that what you truly desire. Know that you, along with everyone else, deserve the best of everything in all ways. Prosperity and abundance are God's wishes for everyone. 100% true. It says, God wants you to live a happy, fulfilled life, a very long one. It says you stake your claim on your share of the inheritance by forming a clear mental picture of your desires. Allow yourself to imagine that this desire has already manifested and experience the emotional and physical feelings of your manifested desire. Don't worry how the desire will manifest. The infinite creativity of the Creator will bring it to you in very clever ways. Simply follow any inner guidance to take steps to co-create this divine desire and allow yourself to receive good as it comes your way. It says Michael's aura is royal blue mixed with tinges of royal purple. When he is nearby, you may see cobalt blue sparkles of light. The crystal stones sugalite, it is a blue crystal. I would actually say lapis lazuli is a better stone for him, but sugalite will work, is aligned with Archangel Michael's energy. If you wear sugalite pendant, you may find yourself channeling profound and loving messages from Michael when you speak. So yeah, being clear about your intentions, because intention, when it comes to manifesting, intention is everything. So yeah, you've got Archangel Ariel and Archangel Michael already showing up for you, and both of those were talking and hinting to prosperity and abundance. Counselor, I mean, this is what you are. This is what you are. But just know that for you to be the counselor, it's going to help you to be counseled as well. It says Archangel Azrael. That's probably not how I would have drawn Archangel Azrael, but that's okay. It says you are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. This is why it's important for you to share your love with others. And not in like a sexual way, but in a spiritual way. You know what I mean. Yeah. Counselor. Archangel Azrael is a really cool angel because Archangel Azrael will help people who are alive and people who are dead. It says your life purpose involves counseling people in ways that uplift, motivate, comfort, heal, and inspire. That could be through art. It could be through, creating glass windows. It could be through making crafts and objects. It could be through actually sitting down and talking with people. It could also be through, you being a good listening ear. It says that you are a true spiritual counselor and people find you to be a trustworthy confidant. Yes, I agree with that. Expand your counseling work to the next level because you're about to help greater numbers of people. Motivational speaking. Call upon me for guidance and support. It says Azrael's name means whom God helps, and he helps those who are helpers. He's particularly interested in helping counselors who work with the grieving or dying. Ask Azrael to guide your words and actions during counseling sessions, and he'll help you to remain patient and compassionate. He can also help you to enter a counseling profession and guide you towards schooling, internships, and a wonderful counseling practice. You may be interested in hypnotherapy and counseling and life coaching. All of those things will be like dope. So let's see. Oh, you did. You did. Oops. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So when the timer goes off, then we'll do your question and then we will do the Reiki session. But I did just see that. And I hope you're doing it awesome, having an awesome night, you guys. This is so good. So think about it. Just think about it. You don't have to make a decision right now, but think about it. The skills that you have are to be a counselor. Victory. I love this for you. You're being victorious. Even though you're working through a lot and processing a lot, you're being very victorious. Archangel Sandalphon. Archangel Sandalphon will help you stay grounded. Says your prayers have been heard and answered. Victory. I love that. I love that. Victory is like one of the happiest energies. It really is. So it says that you deserve this time of victory. Your unwavering focus and dedication have resulted in blissful manifestation. Peace and pleasant feelings are yours right now. Let your focus be on the present moment and savor each feeling and experience fully. Know that the future is taken care of in a positive way as you allow yourself to enjoy the present moment. Feel good about who you are and know that your success benefits others. Yes, it does. With the counselor and victory, it really does. It says, working with Archangel Sandalphon. Sandalphon is one of the two archangels who were mortal men who lived such remarkable spiritual lives that they ascended into archangeldom. The other one is Metatron. Sandalphon can help you to better master your life and your masterpiece as well. Ask him to help you live in integrity with your spiritual gifts of prophecy, healing, and manifestation fully awakened. Sandalphon can help you to speak your truth openly in a way that benefits everyone. He'll also help you appreciate all of the miracles and victories of every size in your life. I love that. So you have Archangel Sandalphon, Azrael, Michael, and Ariel. Let's get one more. I think the victory is you overcoming fear. I really do. And it's overcoming the lower vibrations. Like literally. That's what this victory is. You're going to be able, by you doing this, you're going to be able to teach others how to do it as well. And I think everybody could benefit from that. Life review. Interesting. I've talked about the life review before, but this is going to give a very good. This is Archangel Jeremiel, yeah. This angel will help you with jobs as well as career. It says, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that's unbalanced. So the life review is not a bad thing. It just gives you the ability to look at your timeline and go, okay, well, at this point in time, I could give myself a little more love. At this point in time, I could give myself a little more peace. It says it takes courage to look at your life. Yet if done with compassion and a sense of humor, you will grow and learn from a life review. I'll help you take stock of where you've been. That means your old frequency so that you can understand the new. It says, we'll look at what you've learned and how these lessons are valuable asset for today and tomorrow. We'll also notice life patterns that aren't serving your highest good, and we'll take steps to release those patterns. Yes. Yes, that's the whole thing of like how the blood moon is good for breaking generational curses. One of Jeremiah's purposes is to help newly crossed over souls review their lives. He also helps those who are still living to make life reviews. Take time soon to be alone and ask Jeremiah, however you say his name, to help you review where you've been, what you've learned, what patterns you're ready to release, and what you're grateful for in your life. Gratitude can do wonders. It really can. It can do wonders. Okay, we're going to get one more card from the angel deck. Creative writing. This could be part of your purpose. You could write something that ends up counseling people with your creativity. Like literally. You could be writing your own personal story about your life and how you got through all of the stuff in it. Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. I am getting like book for you. We're going to read creative writing. So it says, your soul longs for creative expression through writing. I can help you schedule this activity. Honor any nudges that guide you to write. The writing may be for your own enjoyment, or it may be a cathartic experience of self-expression in a private journal, which is another form of release. As you work with your connection to the written word, you may receive divine guidance to write articles or books for publication. That's what I'm getting. Call upon me at any time to guide you through this process. Archangel Gabriel, as the messenger angel, Gabriel loves to help writers and journalists deliver healing messages. Like a loving coach, she'll urge you to delegate your time and energy towards writing. Gabriel can also open doors that allow for publication of your articles and books. If you ask for her assistance or his, most of all, she'll help you enjoy writing. I love that. So you had prosperity, clear intentions, counselor, victory, life review, and then creative writing. Yeah, I would say that writing is definitely in the cards for you. It's definitely something that's going to be about a lot of satisfaction and a lot of happiness. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that. And you can call upon Archangel Gabriel when you are like, you know, wanting to, you could, I think that you writing down your testimony and then sharing it with others would be a really good thing. How you came to peace, how you came to love, how you came to joy. But yeah, those were dope messages for you. I love that. Okay. You wrote right before this reading? Oh my gosh. And you felt like it asked you to write? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Keep writing. Wow. And it calmed you. So there you go. Yeah. When you're feeling turbulence, I would go right into writing. I love that. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay. Phoenix Empress, go ahead and send your question in when you are ready. And we'll see what deck. What deck do we want to use? Oh, thank you, you guys. Let's see. Telepathy. Okay. So yeah, Phoenix Empress, I'm not seeing your message. Okay, there it goes. What does your grandfather from the other side need to tell you? Interesting. Okay, let's look at it. So have you had any visitations from your grandfather? How long has he been deceased for? I'm getting that there has been signs, but I don't know if you're picking up on them. One of the signs is seeing like change in the street, like seeing pennies on the ground. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where in the hell? Where is the box for that deck? So your grandfather was somebody that was like, I would say like a lighthearted spirit that gives good advice. He just wants you to listen to your heart and to listen to, you know, what you feel spiritually is the best for you. I don't feel like your grandfather is somebody that would take harsh viewpoints or sides on things. I get an overwhelming energy of, you know, Well, I'd also get a very protective energy coming from him. Very, very protective. Like he sees you as like his little angel. Like he literally sees you as a piece of something that's much bigger. So let me see what he's talking about. So he's learning through your experiences before your birth. Okay, cool. Yeah, he adores you. He's learning through your experiences. Some of the things that you've been faced with, he didn't have to go through. He had his different challenges, but it feels like, and I've never looked at it this way before, but it feels like our ancestors are learning through us, which we would think it's the other way around, you know, like we're learning through them. But I get that. Wow. Wow. Learning through you. Interesting. No shit. I have become one of your guides. Absolutely. Absolutely. I also get that you've dreamt of your grandfather. When you end up passing over, you're going to see your grandfather and you're going to be like, oh, holy shit, I've seen this man. You've dreamt of them before. Have you ever been able to see a picture of them? I feel like, well, he feels like you and him have a lot of similarities. Yeah, you're never alone. You really are not. I love that energy, though. This energy, your grandfather seems to be a guide not only to you, but to other people in the family. Interesting. And yeah, wants you to know that you're never alone. When you're seeing like pennies on the grounds or white feathers, I'm getting those two things are from him. I feel like, well, he feels like you're being offered opportunities that would never have been available in his time. You did see a picture, but you forgot. You need to look again. We are soulmates. Yeah, you guys have that's a shame that you didn't get to spend time with him because literally, oh my gosh, there's a very close connection with him. This is why he's one of your soulmates and spirit guides. Interesting. Yeah, he says that you have more to offer this world than what you're giving yourself credit for, and that the more that you understand that yes, you come from certain roots, but you are more than what those roots are, the more that you're gonna tap into this limit. He's saying it's like limitless love. I always give you a good night kiss. I feel like your grandfather is around you right now. I really do. He's got a very strong energy because he actually crossed over. So that's why I was wondering if you had seen him or felt his presence, because if you didn't know what he looked like and he was coming into your dreams, you could have been like, oh, they're that guy again in the dream state. I get that there's always something that he's trying to show you. Okay, when he was alive, he could have been, I don't want to say a penny pincher, but he could have been somebody that was aware of finances to the point where he was very responsible with money. I feel like, you know, he is wanting you to know that when you go to bed at night, you are safe and that you're not alone. The times that you think that you're alone, you're not alone. He and other guides are with you. And it takes a lot of dedication. Like it really does take a lot of dedication on his end to become a spirit guide, because that takes more education. I will always point you in the right direction. So yeah, like you're not going to make a mistake. I feel like when it comes to two paths, you could call upon your grandfather and be like, Grandpa, because like I said, he was a very wise, balance between head and heart person. He also, I want to call him a healer, even though he didn't do a healing practice. Like he he could pray for people and heal them. He has a healing ability. He wants you to know that you have that. I'm here helping you. Yeah, with whatever it is that you're going through emotionally, you need to know that you're not abandoned. I also get that you understanding where you come from is it's only one piece of the information. Forgot to tap that. It's only one piece of the information. The other part is who you want to be now. You can understand your roots, but you get the opportunity to choose who you want to be now. And I feel like you're making choices that are in alignment with your true authentic self. And this is what's so pleasing. This is why you would think that you would be learning from the spirit guide, but this is why he's learning from you. There's no such thing as death. There really isn't. It's an illusion. It's an illusion we'll all go through, but it's definitely an illusion. Okay, Grandpa, what else do you have to say? Yeah, there is some unresolved trauma in the family, but be very open to what people have to say, because I feel like they've gone through things that just don't exist now. It could have been, a hard time, well, with like I said, penny pinching, but that, not to say that he was broke, because I don't get that. I get that the reason that he had anything was because he was aware of his spending. And also, he wants you to understand. Yes. Oh, wow. You've always felt like his soul is supposed to be one of your children's. I do get that vibe. Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys have had many lifetimes together. This is why he understands things about you that you haven't unlocked yet about yourself. And that's why he's here helping you guide you towards the right direction. Not that there's a wrong direction, but this is towards the right direction. Yeah, he says, I am here to help you see that you are worthy of whatever path that you want to take. And that whatever path you decide to take, we will back you. But there is one that's going to be for your highest and best good. And it's the one where you pour into yourself. My mind is free. Yeah, I would say so. He also has a very good sense of humor. Maybe he didn't when he was alive, but he definitely does now. Looks at things from much a lighter perspective. I also get that, like, when it comes to you, you are his little angel. That's what I keep hearing. You're my little angel. I send you loving signs through nature, through possibly butterflies, but through also white feathers and coins. Yeah, I feel like his struggles in life were not as spiritual. Like, they weren't looked at as spiritual. He's loving that you are adopting a spiritual mindset and a perspective, because you're teaching him how to look at things through a new lens. And I also get that whatever family trauma, he was an important piece of the family when it comes to keeping people together or communicating. I feel like you and your grandfather have very similar energy. Very similar energy. He wants you to know that your life is meant to be happy, that it's not meant to be sad. And where when he was stuck in a physical body, he was bound to conditions that, that overtook and overrode his ability to have a spiritual outlook, because it was so physical. But you're doing something new for the family. We have been together in dreams. Yes, double confirming that you have seen this person in your dreams many, many times. Because I feel like, when something comes up, when it's a new adventure, your grandfather has been on many adventures, and it's not that the deceased can see everything, but they do have a different perspective once they cross over. I am so much better now, literally, without that physical stuff in the way. Yeah, you're elevating your grandfather, and your grandfather wants you to know that you using your gifts and abilities and you using the love that you have within your heart is going to be more than enough to get done whatever this is that you want to do. I love this. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. This is like his energy. He wishes that he could have told you, you know, personally, but he does in the dream state. He definitely does in the dream state. Interesting. Yeah, you're his little angel. I feel like, yeah, I feel like your family had a great loss when he passed away. The earth is our school. So just as much as he's teaching you, you're teaching him. And I love that, because this is like when you're more spiritual based, the physical lessons that he has of things he's been through, you know, that's something that's going to help you. And then vice versa. It's like both of you guys have what the other one needs. I also get that your grandfather, when he crossed over, he decided to become a loved one for everybody in the family, for everyone. That's a major, big job. I also get that this energy is extremely protective of you. That's why when it comes to having a new direction or going in a new direction, you're going to be always divinely guided. I am sorry, please forgive me. He wants to apologize for not being able to be physically in your life. But again, he's already forgiven. This is what he knows about you as well, that he's already forgiven. And I also get that it's okay. You're still getting the guidance and you're still getting the positive, you know, positive memo. You're still getting it from him. Yeah. He says that his body caused him to have limitations that were very uncomfortable with you because he didn't have a spiritual outlook. Not like you do. He's learning through your spiritual, I'm learning over here. He's learning through your spiritual outlook. And how many books have we seen already? Wow. Interesting. I do feel like he's waiting for more family members to join him. We will be together again in the dream state. And then, like I said, when you cross over, he'll be there. Yeah, he wants you to know that that the masculine energy in the family maybe was broken growing up. Maybe there was issues with that. But if he had been able to be physically there for you, that he would have kept, like, he was the glue holding a lot of things together. I don't know if things have fallen apart since he died. That would be something to ask your mother. But, you know, he was very, very interesting person. My death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. Yeah. No, I'm not worried about that. I know that the death part is the easy part. It's whatever leads up to death that's not easy. What else do we need to know? Yeah, I feel like you knowing that you're protected, and then you knowing that you're not alone. When you feel like you have to face things, yeah, this is good energy. When you feel like you have to face things by yourself, you need to know that you are not alone. You're not facing them alone. That your grandfather is there with you and others. Yeah, and also don't hold on to any fear of experiencing the dead, okay? Because you do have a mediumship ability, but I feel like it skipped some people in your family, but you do have it. So I would not be afraid of working with the dead. This is like, I have a new understanding. I feel like this, I have a new understanding is because it's because of you. Yeah. Looking at now your grandfather's looking at things through a spiritual lens, where before it was all physical. I think he worried a lot about money or being able to provide. Okay. There was a lot of that energy while he was alive. You don't hold that energy. And so I feel like also he could have been very concerned about the family falling apart. I feel like your birth brought more people together. So that's something that, you know, yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid if other spirits talk to you. The wind is making a really creepy sound right now. It's like, woo, like seriously, it's what's doing. That's so funny. That's so funny how everything will conspire to be like, hey, don't be afraid. Yeah, now he has no pain. Literally. I feel like this not having pain, you know, it's like being liberated. I also feel like you have the capability to release a lot of pain when it comes to past emotions, past relationships, and just things that you've held on to. Don't wait until you pass away to release them. You can release them right now and then live the rest of your life without it. Remember me by the happy memories that we create. That he wishes that you could remember him in the dream state because he wanted to be with you at this point, you know? I feel like you would have been the light of his life, and you still are. It's just from another perspective. I also get that, you know, if you have dreams about meeting a man, because he may come to you in his younger form. Like if you see a picture of him and he's an elderly person, I feel like your grandfather's going to come to you as a younger man. And that's what I'm kind of picking up. There is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. So yeah, it's no problem waiting for you and for the other family members. I do feel like there's nothing you need to worry about with him needing to be saved or anything like that. Like he's fine. And this is why I have no problem talking with him, because he's already crossed over. He went on his own. He went to his own funeral, and after that he was like, okay, I'm ready to dip. I'm ready to bounce. Yeah, you're being told that basically life may not seem fair, but take every opportunity that seems like an injustice or something not fair and turn it into something. Yeah, he passed in his 40s. Okay, so that could make sense as why he looks younger. Interesting. Yeah, you have nothing to feel guilty about. Not at all. Although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. It does. The puzzle pieces will come together. And I feel like you do have extra help guiding you towards it coming together. I watch over you every day and every night. So this is why I'm saying that you don't need to feel alone. And if you ever start to feel alone or nervous, be like, Grandpa, are you here with me? And you'll probably get one or two knocks, or you'll experience a hand on your shoulder. You'll experiencing a warm, loving energy, because he's got a positive vibration. I don't know how positive he was when he was alive, but I do get that, you know, he was kind of a hip guy. The way that he passed, he had to leave that way for whatever reason. He doesn't really want to go into that. Interesting. I see all of your thoughts. I do get that he does see your thoughts. He wants you to know that you're not alone, and that when you feel alone, to call upon him and to call upon your spirit guides and ask yourself why it is that you feel like you're alone. It is beautiful where I am. You may end up having a dream where you jump into literally like a heaven-like realm so that you can know and rest assured that there is a positive place for you, which there is. Life is a series of choices. Choose love. Yes, that's a big, big message. I was met by so many loving people. Ooh, and I'm standing right next to you. Wow. And tears cleanse the soul. Maybe if you've been holding back crying, you just need to release. If I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. I don't think there's anything he could have done about the way he passed, though, to be quite honest. I think that if there was habits that led up to that, I feel like it was going to happen no matter what that way for some reason. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, he's not grieving his passing anymore, which I think is a good thing. Believe in yourself. You can do it. You're being encouraged to believe in yourself because you can. Yes, you can. I feel happy and healthy. Yeah, he wants you to know that that's your true state of being, that anything that's not happy and healthy is not in alignment with your true state of being. I am just a thought away. I love that. It was just my time to go. Yeah, sometimes that happens. I don't feel like you're in regret, though. I have no more earthly worries. I think that he spent a lot of his time when he was alive on earthly worries. That's what I'm kind of getting. I am one with the rest of the family. Yeah, and he's waiting. He's definitely waiting. We are so connected, like water. How water is fluid. Yeah, I am not dead. I am surrounded by loving animals. He gives off a very good energy. As a soul, I can be in several places at once. Yeah, he does spend a lot of time around your family members because I feel like some of your family members they're not very happy people. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. Whatever is going on in the family, it's not your fault. That's one thing that you just need to know. I feel like you do know that, but maybe you disconnected from some people in the family because you're like, that's just too much for me. But I feel like, everybody in the family is going through their own level of things. The more compassionate that you can be with yourself and with others, the easier it's going to be for you to tap in. I also get that if you were to just do a meditation on him, you would get a lot of downloads because he is more concerned about you not living your life feeling like you are missing out on stuff and not living your life where you're feeling like you've wasted time. He's saying that timing is perfect and timing is everything. And you're teaching him just as much as he wants to teach you. The earth is our school, though. But literally, yeah, you've got a lot of support. And he'll make his presence known. If you were about to like be with somebody that's not for your highest and best good, he will make his presence known. Like he watches over you big time. He also shows up in repeating number sequences. When you see 333 and 1111, a lot of the times that is him. Yeah, he wants you to know that you choosing peace, love, and joy is what's going to bring you the biggest contentment. But also, he wants you to know that you have strength in your bloodline. You have people who are very strong, even though he passed when he was younger and there's nothing there. It couldn't have been avoided. I mean, like, obviously the situation could have not happened, but for some reason he had to go when he was younger. And so he feels like he missed out on a lot, but now he's getting to learn through you. And I think that that's really cool because you always think of this like you learning from them. But what he had to teach was more of this earthly world. You know, he wasn't spiritual like you are. You have a lot to offer spiritually, and I feel like this good exchange of energy between the two of you, yeah, it's going to last for a very long time. And I really like it. I like that that you are interested in your dreams, and that you're interested in also revealing, you know, peeling back the layers of trauma in your family, because like I said, he was a piece of the family that glued everything together. And literally, yeah, like he was a piece that glued everything together. You are also a piece that glues everything together. So keep that in mind when your family bickers and they fight, and you have, like, if you've got like aunties or whatever, if you've got people that bicker and fight, remember that you are one of the components that keeps people together and keeps them even communicating. And that is a really big blessing. I also am getting that you may be in charge of your entire bloodline. So I feel like you're very blessed. I feel like he is a blessing for you, and he's very protective of you. So if you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, ask grandpa, because grandpa is watching over you all of the time. And I love his energy. He's a sweetheart. He really would have been a joy to be around had he been alive when you were, I mean, literally, he keeps calling you his little angel. So that's the way that he sees you. And I love that. All right, you guys, we're going to do the Reiki. So for the Reiki, you're going to want to have some water, drink some water. Okay. All right. So you just need to keep your feet on the ground so that your energy is grounded. We're going to take a moment and just give gratitude to the earth. Thank you, Mother Gaia, for being with us. We call upon your energy and we thank you for everything that you do for us. Okay, good. And you can envision your favorite thing in nature and give gratitude towards that. Okay, good. Now that we have the earth communicating back with us, we are going to start with the holy fire. Okay. So holy fire, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. Chokure, chokure, chokure. Okay, and we're going to start with the crown chakra, and above the crown chakra. Holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. Okay, and we're going to call in the angels of holy fire Reiki and the angels of the violet flame. And we're adding those together. And we're just moving that through the chakras above the head. We are going to bring this fire into the crown chakra, opening the crown. Any beliefs and any thoughts related to your personal power, your crown, your authority, we right now are going to just cleanse out. Okay, and then we're going to go to the third eye. And we are going to open the third eye and gently open it, peel back the layers. And we're going to move that fire from the crown chakra into the third eye. There we go. Okay, and then into the eyeballs as well. And the ears. There we go. Okay, and now to the throat. So you can bring forth anything that you feel stuck in the throat, anything blocking you from speaking your truth. Reiki cho, Reiki cho, Reiki cho. As we balance out that throat chakra. And we're drawing down the energies of the moon, the full moon. Now we're going to go to the high heart chakra. and opening the high heart and clearing out that ability for you to receive love from the higher realms. Okay, and as we do that, we're going to go into the heart chakra, open that up, clear that up, releasing and cutting cords to any situations that are not serving our highest and best good, and rebalancing the emotional energy. Okay, and then we're going to go into the solar plexus. And we're just kind of clearing out the solar plexus, opening, Reiki-cho, 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 and bringing balance into the solar plexus. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to go down into the sacral and open up that sacral and clear that energy out. Removing any relationship problems. Fire. Okay, now we're going to go take that energy and we're pushing it down into the root. And that's going in through the root chakra and the spine and going down the legs and into the earth. And we're releasing any fear-based thoughts. Okay, and then from the earth, we're taking that earth energy with the holy fire. We're bringing it back up through the feet, back up through the root chakra, through the sacral, through the solar plexus, through the heart, through the high heart, through the throat, through the third eye, and to the crown. And then we're just going to push that energy up as well. And we're going to seal it in the aura all around you, all directions, with the holy fire. Holy fire, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. Okay, so as that holy fire continues to instill and the angels instill it within you, I'm going to play the singing bowls. So give me just 1 second. Okay, we are starting with the sacral chakra bowl. now we're going to do the heart chakra. Okay, and now we are going to do the throat chakra. Okay, now we will do the crown chakra. Okay, you guys. So you'll want to just kind of take it easy, drink some water as the energies of the Reiki continue to cleanse and instill themselves. Stay hydrated. It really does help. Okay. Thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. Please like this video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. Thank you guys for donating. I love you so much. And remember, the books in the description box below, The Truth of God is an advanced intuitive living work. It's got different techniques in it that will change your life. The God technique allows you to raise out of your ego into the eyes of your higher self so you can see things from a bigger picture. The joy versus anger technique gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions and get an answer back. The 1 to 10 ratio gives you the ability to see the compatibility, 1 being the lowest compatible, 10 being the highest. And the mind technique gives you the ability to get rid of the mental and emotional baggage that you're dragging around. When I'm asking questions and I'm working in the reading, I'm using a lot of these techniques. The second book is Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And Vassago and I and God wrote this book because I'm just going to give a brief description of it. I didn't have anybody to teach me how to read cards. And so we wrote it on the original Rider-Waite, which this deck is in the description box below, along with the links to these books. But yeah, for each of these tarot card spreads in this book, they are based upon a major arcana card, which is like the Empress, the Sun, the Moon, all of that stuff, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune. And so Yeah, check it out, you guys. It's superior to any other tarot book, okay? Because it's got Vassago's knowledge. He's an Ars spirit of divination and of tarot. And this book starts off with the 14 zodiac. Well, it starts off with the prayer and initiation. And then it starts off with the 14 zodiac tarot card spread, where you pull 2 cards for each position, one being your south node, one being your north node. Your south node is where your ego's at. Your north node is where your destiny is at. And then it will show you what you need to do to get into your destiny. And the spell that goes along with that is to step into one's destiny. And these are not spells you do on anybody else. They're spells that you do with God and the Holy Spirit. The High Priestess Tarot card spells for personal enlightenment. The Empress Tarot card spells for beauty and self-development. The Emperor Tarot card spells to obtain powers. So yeah, this book will help you to integrate the major arcana cards, and those are the major transitions, and it'll help you to learn to read the original Rider-Waite and understand it. You can use this book, Vassago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, to learn to read cards for yourself and for others. And then in the back of the book, I have a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when the different major arcana cards come out one next to each other, so that you have that also as a resource. So yeah, the different tarot card spreads are going to help you with each subject, and it'll help you move through life, and you can use these tarot card spreads and spells as many times as you want, okay? And remember, video, please like the video, please share this content, make sure you're subscribed, all of that stuff. We're working to getting to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do a couple free readings for you guys. We'll throw a party, and I will do like I don't like a raffle, but whatever it's called, where I pull your guys' names out of a hat as to who gets the tarot decks that I have, okay? But I love you guys so much. Have a happy full blood moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, okay, on the 3/3 portal. I love you. Peace be with you. Please like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Tap the notification bell. Watch all the readings on both of the platforms. I have another platform called Astraea Love, ASTRAEALOVE. I love you guys so much. Kisses. I love you. Peace be with you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you liked the Reiki and the reading was good. I love you guys so much. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful one, you guys. Bye.